In this video, you'll discover how to increase your conversion rates using these 5 advanced CRO strategies proven to get you more leads and sales and ultimately increase your conversion rates and revenues just like this. So if you want to know how to start optimizing your pages and finally start making sales, this guide is for you. Timestamps below along with some other helpful resources to driving traffic and optimizing your funnels. First up, we need to optimize your conversions by making sure we are tracking all the information necessary in order to optimize in the first place. After all, what isn't tracked can't be measured or improved. So adding UTM parameters to your site links will help you track your traffic sources. Now, take a look at this long URL below, specifically what comes after the question mark. These are called UTM codes or elements, and they are things that you can add to the end of all of the links that you share across social media, your ads, and your content in order to give Google Analytics detailed information on where your traffic is coming from. Now, it's very easy to set these up, and you actually don't need to do any sort of coding. So here are the 5 parameters that are recognized by Google Analytics and what each one of them means. First, we have source. This is used to identify where the traffic is coming from. It could be a website name, search engine, social media platform, or email. In this example, the prospect came across our link through email. Next, we have medium. This is used to identify the type or method of traffic of your link. It could be through cost per click, CPC, newsletter, or an organic social post. In this case, the campaign was shared via a newsletter as opposed to an advanced email automation. One traffic source can have multiple different types of mediums. Now we have campaign. You can use this parameter to identify what link the campaign belongs to. Now your campaign name could be a product, it could be a funnel, a type of sale, etc. In this example, the campaign name is named after the product being promoted, Marketing Help Desk. Next, we have the optional UTM parameter, which is used for paid search campaigns to track relevant ad-based keywords. So use UTM term when you're running PPC campaigns bidding on keywords. Those are the only time I recommend using that particular element. And finally, we have content. And this is another optional UTM parameter, and this is where you can tell Google Analytics the exact blog post, video, social post, or ad prospects clicked on when they came to your site. So you can actually make a special link for each one of your ads, each one of your blog posts, or each one of your videos. This way, you know exactly what post or ad or video is actually driving traffic to your site. This is going to be very helpful when you start split testing. The results from these tracking links will allow you to make data-driven strategies rather than relying on just guesswork or luck. What you can do is start creating specific pages for each source. If you have multiple sources, don't test one landing page for multiple traffic sources. Make one landing page for each of your traffic sources. You want to do this because not all traffic sources are created equal. The people who are on Instagram have a different mindset than those coming from Pinterest or YouTube, and you'll want to optimize your pages in different ways for each. Check out the link in the cards and the description to a full deep dive guide on setting up your UTMs code-free, plus a free tool to make the entire process a complete breeze. Now, once we know where your traffic is coming from, it's time for split testing. And split testing is foundational when it comes to conversion optimization. It's called split testing because what you're going to do is split the traffic into 2 equal groups and distribute them to 2 different versions of the same page. So version A is going to be your original or baseline, while version B will be your variation. Now, version B should be different than version A in terms of the design, content structure, or page elements such as the headline, image, calls to action, and form fields. Then you will observe how the traffic groups respond to the different versions of the page. Now, 2 quick rules when it comes to split testing. First, make sure that you test one element at a time. Number 2, you want to make whatever you're testing a big difference. This means when you make split tests, you're not just changing 2 or 3 words in a bullet point. Now, the best element to split test is actually your headline because this is going to be where you capture your ideal customer's attention. So let's say we have a test ourselves. The first headline here reads, Simple 5-Step Content Creation System. The second headline, how to propel your videos to the first page of YouTube and attract more subscribers, actually wound up doing significantly better. So in this case, version B is the winner, and the headline telling the prospects exactly how the offer will help them using action-oriented keywords like propel and attract produced more signups for the webinar. So in this particular instance, we'd go ahead and continue using version B and then try another split test, version B versus version C. Another example of an A/B split test you might want to try is changing the content structure. In this example, the original version was relying heavily on the costs and tested it against version B, which presented the pricing as value-based packages. Version B had an overall revenue increase and also showed a decrease in the number of free trial signups, which in this case is actually a good thing since they wanted more people to sign up. Other than the headline and content structure, you can also test other page elements such as navigation panes, buttons, or images until you are able to achieve your desired result. Now, this next part is going to be a little tricky because it's going to be different for all of us, and that is personalized copy. Nobody clicks on an ad because they think it's cool. Your target buyers click on ads because they think that whatever is in the ad is going to help them accomplish something they care about or solve one of their problems. That being said, the most effective copywriting strategy you can use is to mirror your ideal customer's objectives. So make your copy more persuasive by aligning your messaging with what your ideal customer is trying to achieve and the struggles they face, as opposed to all of the features of your product. One common example of personalizing a website to an extreme is Netflix. We all know that when we log into Netflix, the recommendations are based upon our previous watch history, and we always raise an eyebrow when we see our friends or family's suggestions because it tells us what they've been watching. Now, another example of this is Amazon. Whenever you're looking at a product, right underneath it, there are a bunch of similar product recommendations. Now, while we won't be like Amazon and Netflix with big data and completely customizing what our prospects see, we can take a demand point view when writing our copy and designing our landing pages. Now, supply point is the traditional way of thinking, where your funnels and messaging is focused on the product and what it can do for the customer, as opposed to demand point, which is the new way of thinking, and that's taking the product or service completely out of the equation and just focusing on your customers, their aspirations, struggles, and what they really want. By determining the demand point of view, which we'll go through an example in a moment, you'll know how to market your product to the right people, target what they need in order for them to feel satisfied. So let's take a look at this ad. This ad is clearly for those who love drinking their coffee at the start of their day or those who feel lazy and just want to enjoy their first cup before they do anything else. The sub-message also uses a tone that is fun and relatable to those who love coffee, as opposed to a serious or professional tone and a message about crushing the day or taking on a big presentation. Even the image depicts the relaxed and comforting feeling someone would get when drinking the coffee being advertised. You should market your product or service by telling your ideal customer how your product or service will help them or will make them feel better in their specific situation and achieve the results they desire. Through this, you can have a better ad messaging because you're targeting what your prospects actually want, not just describing your product or service. Now, on a technical note, we need to make sure that our page's usability scores are nice and high. That is, when building ad campaigns or funnel pages, most people tend to focus more on the design and sometimes forget about testing the page usability. Usability refers to how easy it is for users to find what they need, take action, and of course, how long it takes your page to load. At the design process of your page, you should have usability in mind. Is your prospect able to accomplish the tasks they need to easily with your page design? Is it easy for them to navigate on your page? We recommend using no more than 3 colors so that the design doesn't distract from the sales copy. Then there's the page loading itself. How long does it take for your page to load? Do you need to compress any of the image sizes so that it doesn't take so long? You can use something like the Google Page Speed tool, and it will let you know what areas of your web page needs to be optimized. Spoiler alert, most of the time it comes down to images being way too big. Now, how about links on your blog, your emails, your ads, and your funnel pages? While this may seem rudimentary and elementary, you also have to check to ensure there's no broken or dead links through your sales process. I recommend checking these at least once every other week to make sure things are still running smoothly. Finally, you need to test the responsiveness of your funnels in different screen sizes and see how fast or slow it will load based upon someone's internet connection. Now, luckily, you can use the built-in developer tools inside of Google Chrome to do this. Just select Developer Tools, and you'll have all the options you need to see what your web pages look on different screen sizes and play with the load times. Now, the last element of your pages is so important, we'll devote an entire section to it. Calls to action. So this will be our last CRO strategy here. Optimizing your calls to action might sound unimportant, but changing the color or text of your call to action button can make a huge difference. And you want to have one primary call to action for every page or message or ad or email in your sales process. Is it to join your email list, sign up, book a strategy call? The stronger and crisper the CTA, the more leads and actions it will actually generate. One way to make your call to action stand out is to change the color. Your button color can have an orange background if your landing page is blue, so it stands out, or if the background of your page is white, almost any contrasting color will work. Color psychology plays a big role in conversions. As an example, what pops out at you when you look at this page? Hopefully, it's the button, since it's a different color. You want your pages to center around your call to action that you want visitors to take. If you want to learn more about color and how it relates to your marketing and branding, check out Nick Kalinda's site, where he has a super deep dive guide on everything you need to know color psychology to increasing your conversions. Now, for the text, it should be striking and action-oriented. Action words should go along with your offer and avoid using any boring or passive words such as submit or enter. Some examples of action-oriented calls to action are try our free trial, take this course, reserve your seat. A/B split testing your call to action button is also highly recommended. Testing your call to action button is a great place to start for conversion rate optimization after you've tested your headlines. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value and, most importantly, some conversion rate optimization ideas. Hit that like button, subscribe for more marketing guides, and until the next, be building the business you love.